everyone and welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create ClickUp tasks from new Google Forms responses. So I'm an owner of a business and I manage the ticket management in my business using ClickUp, and using Google Forms I have created a form with the help of which I collect the issues from my team members. Over here what I want is, as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by any of my team members using Google Forms, I want to create that issue as a task in my ClickUp account. Now doing this manually as I receive multiple issues every single day is a very time consuming part. So to solve the problem, simply build the connection between these two applications, that too without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. So now if you want to learn the entire process step by step, for that I will take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So first of all, let me show you how this amazing automation is going to work in real time. Okay, I will generate a new issue from my Google Forms. So I'll copy the link of this form from here and open it on a new tab right over here. Firstly, it is asking for my name. For the name, let's suppose I'll write it as test person as my name. For the email address, I'll write it as test223@pabblytudes.com. Next, it is asking for the task title and the description. So let me enter the description and the title right here. Landing page speed optimization is the title and the description is landing page load time exceeds 6 seconds, optimize image and scripts, remove unused CSS for better performance. And the department is development. I'll submit the request. It says response has been recorded. Let me open my ClickUp account and you can see right here a new task has been created. The task is in the name of landing page speed optimization. Priority comes over here as urgent. Okay, you can see the description is landing page load time exceeds 6 seconds, optimize image. You can see the same description is added. Okay, so this is how this amazing automation is going to work in real time. As soon as a form submission of the task is going to be done through Google Forms, the task is going to be created in my ClickUp account. And now let us create the connection between these two applications without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. On a new tab, browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect, and Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you. Now before we create this amazing automation, I want to talk about Pabbly Community. Now Pabbly Community is a space where you can find real-time updates on Pabbly. In this space you can get help not just from our team members but also the fellow users. Over here you can share your ideas, feedbacks and find amazing automation tips for your business. So go ahead and join our Pabbly community today itself. For that you will find the link of our community in the description section below. Okay, on Pabbly Connect's landing page you will find two options. If you're a new user, you do not have an account with Pabbly, directly sign up for free from here and get 100 free tasks every month to explore more features of Pabbly Connect. But if you're an existing user just like I am, directly sign into your Pabbly Connect account. Then you will see the all Pabbly apps section. As I want to use Pabbly Connect, I will click on this access now button and Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. Now to create a new automation inside Pabbly Connect, we have to create a workflow. For that, click on this create workflow button. If you want your workflow to be more modern, faster and flexible, select the new beta method version. But if you want your workflow to have more stable and familiar approach, select the classic version. I will select the new beta method version from here, and firstly it is asking for the name of my workflow. So for the name of this workflow, I'm going to give it as create ClickUp task from new Google Forms responses. Okay, so this is the name of my workflow. For the folder, these are the folders from which I'm going to select workflows folder and click on this create button, and a workflow has been created inside Pabbly Connect. Now over here in the workflow there are two major steps, trigger as well as action. Trigger gives the commands and action follows the steps simultaneously. That is why there is only one trigger but multiple action. I will add my trigger application, and for which I'll select over here as Google Forms. I want that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by the client or by any of the users inside my business, automatically this trigger should capture the response of that. Event is going to be new response received. Click on this connect button. You will see the webhook URL using which you will build the connection between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. Okay, simply copy this URL from here and open your form. Okay, then go to the panel responses, then click on this link to sheets. If you want, you can select the existing spreadsheet or create a new one. I will create a new spreadsheet. For that, I'm going to click on this create button and a new Google Sheets is going to be created. This spreadsheet is directly connected to this form that I have created. As soon as a new form submission is going to be done, automatically the record of the form submission will be entered over here under these headers. Now let's connect this spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. For that, simply go to extensions, add-ons and get add-ons option, and this window is going to appear, on which on the search app section, search for what Pabbly Connect webhook. So I'm going to search for it, select it, and you can see that I've already installed this application. So let's move forward. But if you have not installed, please to install this application using which you can create the connection. After installing, go back and refresh the spreadsheet from here. Simply go back to extensions and you will see the option Pabbly Connect webhook. Select it. Then click on this initial setup option right here. Over here, you can see it is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. For the webhook URL, I will paste this webhook URL, and the trigger column says the trigger column will be your final data column on which of the data is added. The whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. My trigger column, last data column is column F. As soon as the data is going to be added in this column, the entire row's data should be forwarded towards this URL. So I'll write over here as F and click on the submit button. As soon as I will do that, it says setup configured successfully. Now the steps that I will tell you right now are super important, so please do not forget to follow them. Go back to extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks and select the option send on event. It is mandatory to click on send on event because as soon as the new data will be entered in this spreadsheet is going to collect that data and send it towards Pabbly Connect every single time. That is why it is important to click on this button, that is send on event. This is how you create the connection between Google Sheets, that means Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. In workflow, it says waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether the connection is successfully created or not, let us do a test form submission. So let me copy the link of this form and open it on a new tab right here. It is asking for my name. For the name over here, let's suppose I'll write it as new user. For the email, I'll write it as newuser345@pabblytudes.com. Next, it is asking for what the title as well as the description of the task. So let me enter the issue as well as the description right here. The title is inventory sync issue. Description is stock levels are not syncing between Shopify and ERP. Reconnect APIs and restore real-time inventory updates. Okay, I've entered the task as well as the description. My department is going to be operations and click on this submit button. As I've done that, it says the response has been recorded. As now this form submission is done, let me open my spreadsheet. You can see the record of the form submission is entered over here in this spreadsheet successfully. As now the data is added in this spreadsheet, let me open my workflow and scroll and you can find the response has also been captured. Title is inventory sync issue. You can see the description stock levels are not syncing between. You can see this the same description. If I'm going to scroll down, the full name is new user. You can see the email is newuser345@pabblytudes.com and department is operations. As now this response has been captured, this means Google Forms is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now let us create a new task from this form submission in our ClickUp account. For that, add an action step in which for the action application, select over here as what ClickUp, and the event is going to be what create task. Okay, then click on this connect button. If you want, you can select the existing connection from before. I will add a new one. For that, we need to provide the API token. To have the API token, log into your ClickUp account, go to this profile section and simply go towards the settings section right over here. In this settings section, go towards this app section and this is the token. Just regenerate the token from here. It is asking for my password. So let me enter my password and you can see this token is generated. Simply copy this token from here, paste over here in the field and click on the save button. This is how you build the connection between ClickUp and Pabbly Connect. Firstly, we need to select the workspace, folder name, and the list. To check all these details, let me log into my ClickUp account. You can see my space, my workspace is the name of what? Pabbly workspace. You can see this is Pabbly workspace. In Pabbly workspace, I'm working in the space section. Inside the folder daily task, the list as of the name as list. Okay, you can see Pabbly workspace, space, daily task, and list. Select the details like this. Then it is asking for the task name. Now for the data of this field, I will map the data as we have received the task name in this previous step. Click on this field, previous step is going to appear, click on it. This is the task name title right here. Select the data of this task name from the previous response. As now I've selected this data from my previous response, the data in this field has been mapped. And as we have mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Description type I will select over here as text content, and for the description I will map the data of the description of my task. Assignee ID. I will assign this task to admin Pabbly Tudes. You can assign this task to anyone according to your requirement. If you want to add the tags, you can add the tags as well. Priority, as I'm receiving this kind of a task from Google Forms submission, I will leave the priority as urgent right here. If you want, you can add the due date and the due time, as well as the start date and the start time. You can do all of that if you want. I do not want that, so I will skip the part. Okay. Status is going to be to do. It's not completed yet. And simply click on this save and send test request button. And you can see right over here, we have received this response in which we have received the ID of the task. That is a positive response. And you can see a new task is also been added inside my ClickUp account. The title is inventory sync issue with the same description. Priority urgent. Assignee is admin Pabbly Tudes. You can see right over here with all the other details. Okay. So now as this task has been created inside my ClickUp account from Google Forms submission, this means the connection between these two applications is now been successfully created without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to use this workflow link as a reference, as a template for your business, you will find the link of this workflow, a shareable link, in the description section. And if you have any other questions or doubts related to this workflow, you can ask us all the questions in the comment section and we will reply to you as soon as possible. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not only this automation, you can create multiple other automations using Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions or need support, you can email us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can check out this link. Please do like, subscribe and comment down below if you have any other ideas for us to create a video on. Thank you so much for watching.